So I'm getting ready to go. So I've got my, see if I can show this well, backpack on, nice and sturdy. Got my hiking boots. And I'm ready to head out. Probably just a couple miles this time. And so I'll get out and I'll rehook up with the Bluetooth once I get away from my computer. Now we're getting ready to head out. Got some spring flowers. This is worms, dandelions, and some little blue lilies. Some little ones that I planted a long time ago. They're actually coming up. We did get a lot of rain. So except where the garden is, there's a lot of puddles. And the reason the garden don't have puddles is because I tilled up the soil really well. So, camera around. We'll get ready to roll. So, 10-pound pack. Probably by the end of the week, I'll easily add probably another 5 pounds to it. Because I'll go, oh yeah, I need this. Oh yeah, I forgot that. So, a couple of the items I'm thinking is a small first aid kit, paracord, of course, are two that come in mind right away. And then maybe some cotton balls with Vaseline and a few tea candles in case I had to start a fire. Which I really shouldn't have to. I'm not going to be far from home, but it is good to be in practice of it. So these hikes are really good for building up your cardio, getting the blood flow, carrying nutrients to the other part of your body, building the heart rate up a bit. Not much, but I know I can keep a brisk pace for about 2-3 miles, and then when I do those 4+ ones, the pace definitely slows down. So this time I brought some water. I brought some water and some M&Ms for quick energy. You know, a protein bar or an energy bar would be also a really good item to have. I do have my flares, glow tubes. I did put a flashlight in there. I showed on my morning stream. I just finished up my healthy oatmeal breakfast with a banana and a lot of Fairlife milk. So that's going to provide the energy for me to burn off on this little hike here. And we'll see what sort of friendly wildlife I see along the way. Looks like they may have the puppies all put up. But I get down here in a corner. He's usually out and about this time. It's been a while since I've come out at this time of the day. But my breakfast chat was about a good half hour shorter than usual, which is fine. We kind of covered everything. My reload weekend was enjoyable. I guess I can give some shout outs to some of the other channels. The Big Bat Guy. Another one called Z's Kelvadar. Might be pronouncing that wrong. They have put me on a couple of their videos, which I do appreciate. John at Prepper Nation, which he wore my shirt I sent him for one of his live streams. I appreciate that. Rudy Alaska Prepper comes out with some interesting products that I have purchased because of he said they were good stuff, and they were. Actually, we had the power go out Saturday night. I was at work, and of course I got a sump pump, and and it had been raining really heavily. The wife's like, you know what to do? I said, well, so go make sure the battery backup is kicked in there. It's a Duracell solar generator. I said it should run that sump pump for a good 8 hours. You know, because it's not running continuously, obviously. And then for lights, I had one up in the bedroom, and I had one right by the living room. I said, so you can still turn your light on, and you can turn the light on upstairs, and actually could run heaters too. So I was glad I had them. When I get money ahead, I might go after one of those Blue Eddies. He speaks highly of those. The Duracells were just too good of a deal to pass up at the time. I picked up the first two because Rudy had Alaska Proper. Costco had them for $300 cheaper than, well, actually $200 at the time than Amazon, and then they took another $100 off. And then I think it was Rabbit Coyote out in Missouri let me know about the reef herb ones that they had, so I picked up a third one. And like I said, it came in really handy. I didn't have to come home. I didn't have to fire up the generator. I didn't have to do any things out of the ordinary because I was already set up for it. And that's a great position to be in. You know, peace of mind. You know, everybody else is scrambling and firing up the main generator, which I do have a generator. Next one I get is going to have a self-starter. I'm getting to the point where I don't like pulling that rope. And if you watch my garden videos, and that one rototiller, when the rope broke, I found a solution. I said, hey, that nut looks like a 15/16. I made my own starter. And I guarantee you, that thing, it was old when it was given me. I've had it for 21 years, and it was probably at least that old when someone gave it to me. Which reminds me, I need to get a new air filter and a new spark plug for it. But without that Craftsman self-starter I made, I'd never get that thing started by the pull rope. You gotta have that choking gas set just right. So I got plenty of backup batteries for the starter, and I think the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the solar panel to one of my solar generators and kind of put that in the window. Now granted, it only will charge during the morning, but I think over time that'll be plenty. So we're coming up to the main water source besides my pond. It's called Mud Creek. Kinda, you can see why. And I haven't seen any fish in my pond, thinking they might have got killed off. It's because it was a very cold winter, and I didn't go out and blast holes in the ice like I usually do. But I'll drop a couple nets in there. So if I catch some bluegill, I'll transfer them over. I do have a friend who's catching bass all the time. I tell him, man, throw some in a bucket and bring them out. So one of these times I'm just going to have to, well, I think I'll take the godson and I will go out fishing. We'll bring a big cooler, and we'll keep 2 or 3 of the nice fish we catch and bring them back to the house. Gonna wait for it to get a little bit warmer. That's usually where the other 2 dogs are at. Now sometimes he doesn't have them out unless he's out. But I've made friends with them before and they've been featured. If I don't catch them on this part of the path, I will probably catch him on the way back. And he's got some chickens and some other birds Guineas, I think they're called. Oh, there you are. Hey, neighbor. There's the puppy dogs. There's the puppy dogs. Oh, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Good dog. Alrighty. So I got to say hi to the puppies. Talk to the neighbor a little bit. Learn a little bit more about them. And I figure I better get moving again before I get cold. No fun getting cold. There we go. So I've been down this route before. This is where we go to that one area called the Raider camp, and the other place where the Death Claw Gauntlet plans, I'm sure, are at. And that'll probably be as far as I go today, because I do want to get on the road, and I got to drop a package off in Ottawa. I ordered some jeans, and the waist was 4 inches bigger than it was supposed to be, so I'm sending it back. It was funny because I went to the local store. It's called RP, Home in the Garden or something like that. Used to be a big R, and it was Stock and Field, and used to be a place you could get jeans cheap. And I said, man, you know, when I'm working, I'm getting my Levi's dirty every day, you know. I said, I'll go buy some cheap jeans and wear those instead and save the Levi's for when I'm not working. You know, and I'm pretty sure I got 8 pair of Levi 505s. So I did find 1 pair of jeans, work jeans, in my waist and length. And I went up there and see how much it would cost, because they didn't have it marked. A lot of their stuff's not marked. And they were $70. I said, what? I said, I'm getting my Levi's for $32. I said, evidently, I'm already buying the bargain ones. So obviously I didn't buy it. I'm not spending over twice as much for jeans that are not Levi. Especially, like I said, I order them from Amazon anytime they get below 35 bucks. Whew, the sun comes up, it warms up really quick. That's why I like to have this. It opens up real easy. It was 48 degrees when I stepped out. It's supposed to get up about 65, which I can see it's probably, the sun out is going to get close to that. So I wanted to make sure I had the ability to dress in layers, and if I have to, I can take the pack off, take this shirt off, and put it in the pack, which I'm probably going to end up doing here pretty quick. I'll see there's more clouds coming. If it cools down when the clouds come back up, then I won't do that. So, because I haven't hiked with any weight on my back before, and I'm limited for time, this was not going to be that 4.2 mile loop. Although at one point, if you go far enough and you turn around, it's the same thing. So I think I'll go to the Raider camp and back, and then I'll know exactly how far that is walking distance from the house. You know, why would you want to do that? Well, at night sound carries really well. And if I hear hooping and hollering and shooting from that direction, and then it starts to come down the road, I can guesstimate how much time I have before they could reach my place and be ready for them. Not that that would happen, but you should have a plan. You should run scenarios, the what ifs, and plan what you would do. As a Scottish Fitness and I, we talk about scenarios. If this happens, what is her role and what is my role. And we go over about once a quarter where everything's at. And we're due for that again. So probably next weekend before we go out and about, I'll run her through that. And what you want to do is I show her where the special purpose tools are. You know, we go through about 3 common scenarios. You know, like if it's at night in the bedroom, somebody breaks in. You know, plan is I'm locked and loaded with some serious stuff. The wife is. And we stay in the bedroom. So, well, wouldn't you go downstairs? No. I give away my advantage. I know the house. Once they open that door, they hear it. Pretty much her job is to call 911, and we get behind cover, and anything comes through that door, well, they won't know more. I mean, you know, they can steal a TV, I don't care. TVs are cheap. One I have in there is 15 years old. No big deal. I collect the insurance and I get a brand new 4K smart TV, Blu-ray, laser rangefinders, whatever. You know, never get yourself killed or hurt defending electronics. 6 months after you buy them, they're obsolete. But you know, if we're in the living room and someone's coming down the driveway, well, that's a different scenario. You know, I got her in the kitchen, prepped, ready to back up, and I go out on the deck, prepped, and assess the situation. 99.999% of the time, there's no situation. But you gotta be ready for the time there is. You know, these are things that you can kind of run through your head when you're going on these long walks. That, you know, when you're at work, or you know, if you turn the TV on, get distracted, you know, or you know, mowing the yard, working the garden, you don't really have time to do that. Like I'm looking and see all the beer cans thrown out here. So when it gets dry, I'll bring a bag with me and pick them up. Not so much I care about turning them in for money, because they ain't really worth much anymore. Hell, I took 20 pounds in and I think I got $3. You know, if they truly want to save the planet, they've got to increase what they're going to pay for scrap. That really ain't worth it. You know, if I was in the city, sometimes I just give them to the guys that ride around their bicycle, and you know, they're doing it because they have to. Now, well, here's a bag, because he's got all day to do it. I'd rather contribute it to him than just let it lay in the road. But nobody's picking these up, and I know I could probably, on my hike, fill up at least 2 medium bags. And I can just tie them up, set them off the side of the road, and come back with the car and pick them up. Here I'm coming up to it's like a little campground. There's, I think, 5 campers there of various sizes. And I imagine during the summer they have some pretty nice campfires going on here. I don't know if he hires it out or it's just a bunch of friends that said, hey, this would be cool. I mean, it gets mowed. There's at least one fire pit